Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long while since I've had time to do one of these, and case of the flu has not particularly helped your KEW commentator in between those recording sessions. We're just double checking, as always, that we are indeed running live. We are well and truly live, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome into another thrilling edition of KEW Live. We'll get things crack-a-lacking. We have a jam-packed house, and here we go. We've got the Shinigami. Oh, look at that. Immediately, King Daddy gives him a shove. Down goes the referee, and the two men don't give a toss about the ref, exchanging blows. Of course, there's been a rivalry that's been heated in recent weeks. We saw last week that the King Daddy delivering the sucker punch blow to the Shinigami after the Shinigami beat him in their match. And, of course, weeks before that, the Shinigami beat King Daddy in a DQ match where the King Daddy, the referee, was down and out like he is now. King Daddy went for the low blow, got caught at the last second delivering the low blow, disqualification, and Shinigami was not happy about that. And you can see the referee up now, and he's wondering what these two men have been doing to each other on the outside. He'll just see the abuse that King Daddy has laid in, and sure, that's going to weigh into the favour of the referee's thinking later on if he has a sharp eye on King Daddy. Started a long, slow count there up to a 1 count, and the blood draining to the head of the Shinigami as a suplex is delivered. It's a rivalry that's really spawned out of King Daddy's own actions, to be honest with you, trying to deliver that low blow to the Shinigami, and the Shinigami, since then, well, you can see there, choking the life and headbutting him, has not been happy with the actions of King Daddy. And it's one where the Shinigami would like to probably get rid of King Daddy sooner rather than later, because he knows if he keeps his current form up of just whopping the life out of King Daddy, then he might push himself up those KEW power rankings, and there is a bit of a power vacuum at the top of the KEW currently. A few furious hits there from King Daddy. Of course, we do have the KEW champion, who we will see next, not in action, but as a special referee for what is shaped to be a potential, inverted commas, number one contenders match, but there's no clarity in that number one contenders position whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know who could emerge as the number one contender, and I'm sure the Skeleton King will be watching keenly as a special guest referee to see how both men perform and trying to maybe steer his refereeing towards one competitor or the other, whoever he sees as the easier opponent to beat. You can see him go for a faster count in a next match coming up. I'm setting the stage already for it because we know he's a cheating little git, and we know he's going to pull something out there as the King Daddy missed the double knees from the top rope, and now the Shinigami takes control of this one here. Big shot to the spine of King Daddy, and has hold of him in the sleeper hold now, driving him down to the mat and trying to choke the life out of him, crush those windpipes. And look at the skill from King Daddy there, did well to roll around. It's like an anaconda type lock that the Shinigami had in, but he rolled his way out of it and now goes for the cover there. Just a 2 count though as he rolls the shoulder of the Shinigami. And King Daddy less than impressed, but he does look fired up for this one, King Daddy. Maybe he'll be feeling he should have won their last match last time around, where of course he delivered a furious onslaught to the Shinigami's face and had the pile driver delivered at the last second. Thought he would have won it from that, didn't quite manage to, and you can see there the Shinigami taking a little time maybe to take in the crowd, looking around, trying to worship, see if he's got time to worship his Dark Lord. Didn't quite think he had, and now crushing the air out of King Daddy with a backdrop there. You know, it's only a matter of time before he praises those dark gods, and it's after he does that that he really imbues himself with the power of his Dark Lord, his Dark Messiah. He's then fueled up and fired, and we're going to see something here as he moves to the corner, and we've seen him do this a number of times before as he goes in that demonic position, hangs himself over and slowly crab walks across the arena, and you can see King Daddy in a bit of trouble with his wrist there, but he must see him come in. It's a very slow approach here as he slowly makes his way over inverted towards him. King Daddy in all sorts of problems. He rolls over. King Daddy up off the mat now, and here it comes, gives him a little smooch on the cheeks. Went for the demonic kiss, but King Daddy rolled out of it at the last second. Too much time marching his way across the ring from the Shinigami there, and bounced off the referee again. The referee luckily not knocked out by that one. There's another long high suplex there from King Daddy, doing the damage to the back of the Shinigami. Goes for the cover early doors I don't think that's going to be enough to put the Shinigami away as he rolls the shoulder, but he does look like he's sustained significant damage to the spine. You see he's slow getting up there, and now has the head rammed into the KW matting. Slow back to his feet as well, the Shinigami, and it is all King Daddy as he has him on the shoulders here, drops him neck first on the ropes, trying to choke the life out of him, and lets him slowly get back to his feet. Takes him towards the corner and bounces his head off the turnbuckle, but a big elbow gets the Shinigami out of the last seconds there. I feared for the Shinigami there, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it might be all over for him. Drops him off the top rope though, and then off the ropes and goes for the back body drop there, driving the wind out of the King Daddy, and has him headbutting him on the floor here. Furious attack and assault from the Shinigami. Look at that, puffing and panting. He is an angry person, or demonic presence, whatever you want to call him. Big elbow to the back of King Daddy. And now King Daddy looks like he might be in a spot of bother now. Went for the backdrop again, but got the knees up at the last second as King Daddy. And that's the kind of respite he needs. Big clothesline drives Shinigami down to the ground. He's slow back to his feet again, and this could be the opportunity King Daddy needs to steal the victory. Lifts him high, slams him down, driving the wind out, and look at that, he rolls out of the ring. Smart move from the Shinigami. He knew King Daddy wanted something. He was too busy calling him back in the ring. Got caught flush by Shinigami's willing ability to spring back up out of nothing. I thought he was going to deliver a taste of his own medicine and roll out the ring himself there, King Daddy, but Shinigami would have followed him out. He wouldn't have been calling him back in the ring, I can guarantee you that, ladies and gentlemen. Now has him and throws him across the ring by his neck. The demonic chokeslam goes for the cover to put him away. 1, 2. Rolls the shoulder at the last second from King Daddy. I'm not so sure how he had anything left in the tank to roll the shoulder there. A big axe handle, and it looks now like the Shinigami is just going to be content to deliver the punishment. You have to wonder, is he going to get himself disqualified here by going on the outside with King Daddy? Rolls him over and a stomp to the ankle. Vicious assaults continuing, and there is the worship of his dark presence, the Dark Lord in his life. Pushes off the Shinigami at the last second though, does King Daddy, and that might be the break that he needs. But he's only caught momentarily before he's driven back into the ring by the Shinigami, and the Shinigami, fueled by the presence of his Dark Lord, watching over him now. Battling out though at the last second is King Daddy. He knows that if he gets the demonic kiss, that could be the end of things. Tucks him between the legs, so lifts him high. Pile driver spikes him off the KW mat, and that might be good night for the Shinigami. Last ditch heroics from King Daddy. 2 and a roll of the shoulder from the Shinigami, and you can see now King Daddy looks like the one who's confused and frustrated, doesn't know what to do to put the demon away. The demon, of course, one of the most resilient wrestlers in the KW. Battling elbows now. He must have a concussion. You can see he's shaking the head there. Doesn't quite look like he knows what day of the week it is. A bit slow over towards King Daddy. He must have sustained significant damage to that head injury or head blow there from the pile driver. And a big double-handed smash to the face of Shinigami. That's not going to help either. Up to the top turnbuckle goes King Daddy now. He's pointing to a lady in the front row, saying, I want your room key later. Big axe handle to the head of the Shinigami as well, driving him down. You can see Shinigami holding his heads now. He might not know what day of the week it is. The brains scrambled well and truly. The knee slam weakening the power base of the Shinigami. Catches at the last second though, and a big kick there. And then again he looks a little dazed and confused. Goes for the headbutt. Well, I'm not so sure that was wise from the Shinigami, but looks like his demonic mask might have split open the cranium of King Daddy there. Maybe caught him with one of those horns, and now he's just content on the outside to stomp on the arms. You can see the children in the front row are telling the Shinigami to get off of their champion there. Big drive into the midriff of the King Daddy there as well, up to a 6 count, throws him down on the outside, and he's got to climb back in the ring and be happy with a count out here, I think, the Shinigami, and he might well get one, ladies and gentlemen. We're on a 7 count, and the King Daddy looks absolutely spent on the outside and worshipping his Dark Lord. Inside the KW ring again is the Shinigami, up to a 9. He's going to do well to get back in the ring here. He's not going to have the time to. A 10 count, and again the worship of the Dark Lord, but you can see how much it took out of him there as he drops to a knee, looking tired and worn out from his battle there with the King Daddy. Referee on the outside having a bit of trouble there. Like he was sprinting into the edge of the ring for no reason. Maybe he was dazed and confused after getting a back elbow from the Shinigami. It's a big elbow to get, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big fella in the ring. So we'll move on to our next match for the evening without making any spoilers to what's to come ahead, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll move on then to the special guest referee match. We'll see the Assassin taking on the Tange, of course. Mark, the KEW champion, watching on in the ring here to see who might emerge as a number 2 or 3 competitor. The Tange, of course, will be focused here. He's had to deal with a level of aggression from the little man. He's left the KEW title behind, it appears, and brought the chair to the ring. What does that say for his refereeing appearance that we can expect, ladies and gentlemen? I think it says that we can expect absolute carnage here. I don't think the rules are going to be strictly enforced, and I think that the KEW champion is going to be playing loose and fast with the rules, and you're going to say that's going to only enrage both competitors in the ring. They're already angry with him from the last KEW pay-per-view, of course, and the nature of which he stole the KEW title. He has, of course, defended that last week against the Firefighter, who he put away pretty easily, you'd have to say. I thought the Firefighter would put up a real fight in that one, but it just didn't materialise. It was all Skeleton King all the time, really. Disappointing display, I think we'll have to agree, from the Firefighter. We'll see him up next.
And the participants, first from London, England, weighing in at 191 pounds.
191 pounds then, and really the Skeleton King will know that the former KEW champion, the Assassin, has surely got to be the number 1 contender for the belt. He's in form. His only problem is he cannot seem to get over the hurdle that is the Man Crusher Alex from one half of the tag team that is the Power Couple. It is a hurdle he's been unable to clear on multiple occasions, and being able to unclear that, you have to question, if he can't deal with the powerhouse there, how is he going to deal with the striking force and the powerful nature of Tange in this one? Tange, of course, though, is on something of a Tange slump himself. And we know that if you start fast against Tange, you can catch him off the hop. The 2-time KEW champion against a 1-time KEW champion, with another 2-time KEW champion refereeing the match. This match is a sparkling, glittering in gold one then. Although there's no gold on the line, obviously. And the KEW champion's not even bothered to bring the gold to the side of the ring. He knows that neither of these men are in a position to be number 1 contenders currently. And he knows that he can have a big influence on this one. Whether these two men in this competition realise it or not. And you can see the kids in the front row happy to see one of their KEW idols and icons, the Tange, making his way down to the ring. A family-friendly show. And you can see the Assassin looking motivated and fired up there. As the Tange points and off go the fireworks, firing in the background. The pyrotechnic budget for Tange, of course, significantly higher than another KEW wrestlers. More pyrotechnics firing off in the background. And he is ready and raring to go, it looks. Little look out at his opponent there. He looks happy, he looks focused. This is the first time in a long time we've seen the Tange not look like he's got the weight of his world on his shoulders. And is this going to be a real turning point for him? You can see there at the start of the match, he looks ready to go. You have to question how much the referee is going to get involved in this one, and immediately catches the Assassin with a big right hand. But the Assassin, quick and alert to it, now spinning around, slamming Tange down with the arm lock, and immediately marked down to see if the Tange wants to give up, of course. You have to say that Tange is no friend of Mark at this stage in the KEW. But Mark, you'd have to feel, will probably favour the Tange getting the victory. Slides in good, a little bit fast there, if you ask me, on the pin count. And again, you have to question whether the KEW champion was the right pick for a referee for this one, especially given the fact that one of these two men could be the number 1 contender. Again, slides in for the count there. Very slow count, it looked to me that time around. Inconsistent refereeing from the KEW champion already, as the Tanj sends the assassin flying across the ring, and both men roll out from under the bottom rope now onto the outside here. As you can see, the referee unamused by the outside goings on. Very, very slow count there. Took almost 3 seconds by my count to get to a 1. We're barely even... Come on. The time taken here, that's a 2 count, but he's being very lenient here with this counting. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if I got a stopwatch out, there is no way that is 3 seconds. That is definitely at least up to a 6 count by now. We're on to a 4, and the Tanj happy to just cart around the assassin on the outside, but the assassin realises he's taken too long, and again, we're not even at a 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. And the assassin climbs back in the ring. Mark telling them to get in the ring, although it's a bit redundant there because they're already doing the job. Referee, you need to do a better job of things here. Flipped off goes the assassin as he springboards off the Tanj's face and has hold of him by the hand now, carrying over to the corner. Up to the top rope he goes, flying across it and dragging the Tanj across the ring. Goes for the cover as well, and the KEW champion slow into the count there. Just a 1 count as the Tanj gets a kick out there and a drop kick to the back of his neck for his troubles as well. Slow back to his feet and a little slap with a foot across the face, and a snap DDT drives him down to the matting, but he's up swiftly to his face, gets a big punch in there as the assassin looked like he was trying to run away to avoid it, and a German suplex there, holding the arms in as well, so there's no protection for the back of the head, but he rolls him over, and this one's getting ugly fast, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, that German suplex was nasty, and the assassin not happy with it either, rolled around and covered up with a swift punches and there's an assassin's twist to send the Tanj down now onto the KEW mat as the assassin targets the arms of the Tanj here, and you can see the referee watching on. Big moonsault pin combination there, almost a 2, just a 1 though. Again, a slow count had appeared from the referee, if you ask me. Tanj slow into the corner. The assassin now in the ascendancy here, gets the Tanj onto the top rope. That's unfamiliar territory for the Tanj. You won't want to be up there, and gets himself off quickly. Now lifts the assassin up onto the shoulders. He's not going to look for it, is he? He is. The Tanj to sleep. Down goes the assassin. Hooks the leg mark. Slides in for the cover. 1, 2. Gets a shoulder up at the last second, does the assassin, but it's only a matter of time. You've got to feel Tanj pounding the mat. And here he goes for the Tanj to sleep. No, onto the shoulders and driven down into the KEW mat. The assassin saw it coming and managed to have enough power in the tank. And now look, he's pumping him up. He might be going for the assassin's edge himself. Gets hold of the Tanj, lifts him up. Assassin's edge, goes for the cover as well. Mark slides in for the count, slow to get the hand down. 2, 3, there it is. The assassin puts away the Tanj. The Tanj slump continues. I thought he had this one wrapped up when he was going for the Tanj knockout, and then the Tanj KO shortly after that. But the assassin gets a reversal of fortunes, pulls out an assassin's edge and puts him away pretty swiftly, I have to say. The KEW champion as referee, well, he was a little speedy maybe into that last count, but I don't think the Tanj will have too many complaints. I'm sure he'll be complaining backstage. But let's move on to our next match for this evening then, ladies and gentlemen. I'd have to say that pushes the Assassin's stock up as well. And this one, a rare treat for us. We've seen these two, of course, deform as the safety men. They're not here as the safety men tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They're just seeing how this goes. They have, of course, they tried to forge apart from each other. And now they've decided that it's not really worked out, not being with one another, so they're gonna give it a go. They're coming in separately for this one though, ladies and gentlemen. They want it clear and known they are not the safety men. That is not who they currently are.
From London, England, weighing in at 248 pounds.
Atomic Andy then wearing the family plaid as he makes his way down to the KEW arena, having his party song and party tune as he's raving his way along. It is a curious thing to see a tag team deform. Both men go their own ways, try and chase the KEW Championship. For that man, it's not worked at all, ladies and gentlemen. He can't get out of second gear without having a tag team partner, it seems. Much better suited to the tag division. And you'd have to say, if they do decide to run it back with the safety men, well, this will be a foundational stone here if they can get the victory over the Power Couple. The Power Couple, of course, in and out of the tag divisions with the exploits of the Man Crusher, being chasing the KEW gold. They've not had time to focus on the tag division as much as they'd like to, I'm sure.
219 pounds.
And here is the firefighter who, of course, we saw last week lose the KEW Championship. He looks angry and motivated, perhaps a little wry grin there, happy to be back with his tag team partner. And you'd have to say maybe this is the more comfortable ground for both these men, rather than trying to pursue individual gold. They're way better off as tag team, as a tag team in the safety men, and he marches around the KEW ring. He'll be happy to see his cousin waiting on the outside. Both men, of course, foiled in recent weeks by the KEW champion, the Skeleton King. And here come then the power couple. You can see there they look happy to be back together, the pair of them. Atomic Andy especially. Maybe he's missed the compatriotism of his cousin as out slides the orange box, ready for the torpedo to get on. There it is. He takes his little step up, a little quick smooch on the ramp, and off the orange box he comes, and down to the ring they come, the power couple, the torpedo and the man crusher, ready to deal the damage. And if they get the victory here, you'd have to say, will both men in the safety men camp look to whether it was the right thing to reform? There'll be long conversations they'll have to have long into the night if there is a loss on the cards here. Get the victory though, and it will send the KEW fans into absolute rapture. They'll be calling for the safety men to run it back, to go for one more tag team title. And we've of course seen the safety men take on the Misfits before, and they've always been slobber knocker affairs. They are maybe the most dominant tag team in the KEW, save maybe the Falcon and the Eagle, or they were rather. But of course the power couple stormed the KEW when they first came on the scenes. Have had tag team gold since, have had individual gold with the KEW Championship around the waist of the man crusher. And now the torpedo come flying out of the blocks here. Big uppercut there, driving Atomic Andy down. Of course, he always performs a little bit sharper, you feel, when he's got the man crusher in his corner. Doesn't particularly, we didn't really see him do it with the Misfits when he was part of their tag team. Stepped away from them, and he'll know that, well, everybody in the KEW arena wants to see the safety men reunite here. The power couple will know that they get a victory here, and then they're surely only defeat the Coven, and you're in for the #1 championship spot for the tag team titles against the Misfits, his old tag team. And he will be absolutely desperate to get the opportunity to beat his old tag team for the gold. You'd have to say it's got to be a big feather in his cap if he's able to. But there we go, the man crusher under over and drives Andy down to the mat, rolls him over for a cover early doors here. And he kicks out before even a 1 count. No surprises with that one there. Driven into the corner now, big back elbow, drives the man crusher down, having hold of both legs, drags her out of the corner and drops her spine first. Two powerhouses in the KEW. He goes for the cover now, and she rolls the shoulder at a 1 count. The KEW fans much happier though to see the atomic brute that is Atomic Andy taking control of things here. Massive snap suplex there, drove over with such speed and pace. I'm surprised they didn't shatter the spine of the man crusher. She's up slowly. It's caused a lot of muscle on that back there, and is in the ring now with maybe the over KEW athlete that is maybe the most muscular man going. The 6-pack, 8-pack, 20-pack, we're not sure how many he's had backstage, but he is ripped as well as having many a pint before his performance here this evening. Into the corner he goes now, and the man crusher goes and follows him. Big right hook there, massive meat hook to the face. Now gets hold of him and drags him out of the corner, spine first, as dangerously close to land on the back of his neck there. He's got to be careful coming out of the corner that high with the man crusher. Into the corner he goes again. She might do exactly the same again. No, goes for the head this time up to the second rope. Bulldogs him out of the corner, driving the face into the KEW mat. Hooks a leg as well, and you can see the man crusher and of course the torpedo shouting over the ropes there, giving a bit of encouragement to his beloved. As into the corner goes the firefighter, and a punch from the back from the Torpedo, driven into the toe, the big toe of the Man Crusher. Oh, go in for the legs. I saw it coming, and the boot to the face now. Now she's going to dive and get the tag. And I'm not so sure that's the wisest move to do, but he's off the ropes here. Crossbody catches the Firefighter cold, and the Firefighter, of course, after losing the KEW Championship, you have to question to yourself, you lose the championship, you're out of the singles division, potentially into the tag division. Oh, goes for the roll-up surprise cover. The referee really slow with the count here, though. He'll be questioning to himself, do I really need a tag run here at the end of the KEW season, or is it more a case that this is the best way for me to pursue my time? Into the ropes he goes now, under the Torpedo, and a big kick to the face there, drives him down. You can see Andy wanting the tag, but the Torpedo rolls in for the cover, gets a 2 count there as a Firefighter rolls the shoulder, but he's in a spot of bother here, the Firefighter, and it has been all power couple so far. Into the corner he goes, big knee there, and then catches the Torpedo at the last second, goes after the Man Crusher now. He doesn't want the Torpedo getting the tag, lifting the Man Crusher up on the apron and crushing the spine, driving the air out, and the Torpedo, oh, he went flying out looking for the Firefighter, didn't get the air and landed right on the back of the Man Crusher there. Save it for the bedroom Torpedo. You don't need to be flying onto the outside to go after your beloved. Now throws the Torpedo down, has eyes for the Man Crusher, keeping an eye on her, and oh, the Torpedo catches him cold. His attention distracted. We're up to a 4 count now, but he's rolled over at the last second by the Firefighter there, up to a 5 count now, onto a 6, climbs back up and into the ring here. In comes the Torpedo as well. I did wonder if the Torpedo will be down for a little bit longer there, and into the corner again goes the Firefighter. He's been in this match for an awful long time at this point. You'd have to say that Atomic Andy has got to be feeling fresh on the outside. The Man Crusher, the sustaining that damage. Oh, big punch there. She's not going to be happy with the Firefighter, and surely the Firefighter's got to look to get a tag sometime soon. Apologies if you could hear me drinking in the middle of that there. The Firefighter takes control of this one, dusting her hands off, and you can see the Firefighter trying to crawl away for the tag while she's busy spinning around. Oh, dives and gets the tag to the big Atomic fella now, and he can't get out of the corner swiftly enough. His tag team partner in the way, and the Man Crusher takes control of him again. Gives him the kick to the groin. Off the rope she goes, and then drives the knees to the chops of Atomic Andy. Goes for the cover. Where's the Firefighter as well? 2. And oh, rolls a shoulder at the last second, and I saw the Firefighter pushed off the ropes, it looked like, by the Man Crusher. He had no business coming back in now. He's sent off the ropes again by the Man Crusher, but a big boot this time from Atomic Andy drives Man Crusher down. And oh, well, looked like he was charging in for the clothesline, misses that one there, and face driven backwards into the matting, back of the head, drove off the KEW mat, but tosses now the Man Crusher across the ring one-handed. A good power display from Atomic Andy, and this is exactly what he needs to get the reversal of fortunes, pin the Man Crusher in the corner and try and work up a head of steam here for the former KEW champions, the former team known as the Safety Men. And in comes the Torpedo, breaks that up. That's maybe a bit rash from the Torpedo there. I thought we could have waited a bit longer. Really, it didn't look like the Man Crusher was in that much trouble. As you can see, reverses immediately there, and now she's going to stroll over and get the tag into the Torpedo. Good, smart wrestling from the power couple, you have to say, although maybe not the best idea given the size comparison between the two men. But an arm drag there sends Atomic Andy down to the KEW mat, and he's right across the ring, gets a 1 count there though. Simple arm drag, not going to be enough to put Atomic Andy away. Drives a knee to the back of the face. Vicious, violent move here. The KEW fans are not happy with the power couple here. They wanted to see the Safety Men come out and look reverent and resplendent like the former team they have done in the past. It's not happened. It's not looked like the renewal of the tag team has worked here, ladies and gentlemen. The power couple are in absolute dominance and control of this one, and I can only see it going one way from this point forward, to be honest. Unless there's a swift and dramatic change in this one, it's gonna be all power couple here, slammed down onto the floor. And look at this, the power on display, lifting the Man Crusher iron, slamming him down, or slamming her down onto Atomic Andy. Goes for the cover and is slow into the ring, but breaks up at the last second there, does the Firefighter. He took an age to get in the ring. I wonder if he was going to take out the referee with the way he was looking there. Surely she's not going to. She is going for the tag again, straight to the torpedo. I thought the Man Crusher might stand for a bit longer. The torpedo doing the damage here, and Atomic Andy is in a real spot of bother here, and so are the team formerly known as the Safety Men. Now they've got to be questioning to themselves, well, if we can't do it as a tag team and our singles careers aren't working, what more do we need to do? What on earth was that from the torpedo? Flew off from the second rope and now opens the door to Atomic Andy, slams his face off the KW matting, making him pay for the mistake there, and he's got to go for it a second time as well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, slamming him down again, and now surely Andy's got to go for the tag. No, not a third, he's going for a third time. He can't stop bouncing him off the KW mat. He's having way too much fun with it, playing with him like a rag doll. Now looks to go for the KW tag to the former KW number one contender, and the firefighter is the fresh man in the ring. Into the ropes goes the torpedo, lifted high, back body drop there, bouncing the spine off the KW matting, getting hold of him and dragging him towards the centre of the ring. Well, I can't think he's going to go for a pin, but screams to the KW fans. He's pumped and fired up here. Salutes the KW fans as well, dives and gets the tag to the Man Crusher. He just about sees it at the last minute, but runs to the corner and does nothing. Again, a slow and staggering display from the firefighter. Gets out of it with a few swift elbows, but the Man Crusher catches him pretty easily, gets him in the corner, and again the firefighter, well, much as the Tan slump is real, you'd have to question, is there a slump going on with the firefighter as well that we're just seeing emerge? Lost, of course, last week to the KW champion, and that must have shattered his confidence. Former number one contender, now not even in the conversation. And you'd have to say the assassin who putting Tange away earlier is probably leading that conversation with that lady in the ring there, the Man Crusher, who, if she continues in this kind of resplendent form, you can't see a way that the assassin's going to be able to put away the Man Crusher. She's got the form. She's got the history at defeating the assassin. The question is, can she get the history here? Taken out. Oh, the firefighter as well. Big clothesline from the firefighter. That's maybe just what he needed. He looks a little hesitant now about where to go next. Gets the stomping as she's slow back to her feet. Picks her up to the up to her feet now, and she springs back though at the last second and straight back to that corner. The power couple doing exactly what a good tag team should. You keep your opponent trapped in the corner as far away as they can physically be from their tag team partner. Oh, the slide over there, slamming the head into the ground, rolls him over and goes for the cover now. Surely he's too close to the ropes for a rope break here. Gets a 2, and there's the rope break there, hand on the rope, and you can see I said he was way too close to the ropes, and does indeed get the mitten onto the rope just in time. Rolls out of the ring, and now dives out, does a Man Crusher, and there you can see the firefighter timed it perfectly, gets a punch or 2 into the torpedo on the apron as well for good measure. Oh, but gets a kick square in the gobs. Too slow to react to the Man Crusher, and she wasn't happy of seeing her beloved be attacked there. Big spinning heel kick to the face, and goes for the cover now. Just a 1 count there though. The firefighter still plenty left in the tank, he says. But you have to say the Man Crusher is building ahead of steam. Oh, I don't know why on earth she's tagged out. If I was her, I wouldn't have gone close to a tag there. That seems like a silly error. And here we go, the firefighter with the elbows gets the torpedo off of him. The torpedo looks dead and buried, and now, oh, the fireman's carry hooks the leg as well and is broken up by the Man Crusher at the first attempt, but the Man Crusher now handed in the token to get into the ring, and you can see here it's time for the fire alarm to be installed. The KW faithful have waited to see this one for a while. The little shuffle, down goes the fire alarm straight into the noggin of the torpedo, and now he's just got to go for the cover. Surely no, why doesn't he go for the cover, ladies and gentlemen? We've got to question that. Picks him back to his feet. Are we going to see one last flurry of offense from these two here? The former KW tag team champions, 3-time champions I believe, ladies and gentlemen. Has Odom lifts him high. Oh, nasty looking net breaker there, and now goes for the cover. The Man Crusher of course can't get in the ring. I said she was silly to tag in the torpedo, and there's the 3. Well, my goodness me, they dug in, they hung on. It was not pretty at all, ladies and gentlemen. But is this a reformation of the safety man? You can see, look how pumped they are with one another. They're saying maybe this is the gold run we need. That's one win there, ladies and gentlemen. If they get another one, well, they're number one contenders. They've only got to beat the Coven, and that in itself is not going to be an easy task, especially with James the Cat, the Plowman, Miss Gasuge, and the Tarantula, and of course Miss Tash, the 5 of them, all ready and raring, I'm sure. Who of those 5 will these two take on, ladies and gentlemen? But they look much happier being back by each other's sides than they did taking on separately, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the KEW locker room. We'll move to our final match for the evening. I've got a bit of a dry throat, so give me 2 seconds to have some water here. And our fight.
The following contest is scheduled for
our final match for the evening sees then a hardcore champion. There he is, the Mystery, in action. They are ready, or he is ready rather, and raring to go. The hardcore champion in action then, and he will be taking on, of course, the Budget Magician here. It is not going to be a hardcore affair, just a regular match. We expect to see good technical wrestling on display from both men, and maybe a tap-out victory. They are 2 men who go for the submission hole as they look to wear their opponents down and then put them away with the deadly submissions. Of course, that man there knows that he is going to have to face the BFG at the next main pay-per-view for the KEW Hardcore Championship. He'll see this, though, as a cracking opportunity to test his skills and to get himself into fighting shape. Having had a few weeks off. And there is the Budget Magician, of course. Went the full distance last week with the aforementioned BFG in the hardcore #1 contenders match. Proves that he can hang with the best in the KEW, and he still has that magical trick that he does with that cape. We don't know how he does it. He always points down to it at the start of the match, and we just don't know how he does it, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to watch. Maybe it's something here that he does whilst the camera's not looking. There you go. You had a little look down there. Maybe this is where the magic happens there. He keeps it semi-loose as he makes his way to the steps. Points, so he makes sure you're looking at it. And then how does he do it? How does he do it? How on earth does he do it? Every week, every time I see him, he confuses the life out of me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. The cape's magical. He is a real magician. He's a wizard. Can he perform wizardry in the ring? This is what we're still waiting to find out in the KEW. He's had a few good victories here or there. A few really good performances. Pushed the KEW champion, of course. Only a few weeks ago, really. Pax the Cumberbund, maybe he's saying he wants a shot at the hardcore championship. He was, of course, in that #1 contenders match. And you've got to say, if he's able to beat the KEW's champion here, the hardcore champion, is that going to force his way into the conversation? So it's not just being a 1-for-1, I'm coming for the KEW championship, the hardcore championship, sorry. Is it going to end up being a 3-way conversation with the Budget Magician? His performances have impressed as late. You can't deny it. He wrenches the arm of the Mystery. It really just remains to be seen, to be honest. Can he put the performances into getting a result? Has the Mystery given himself too much time off here, celebrating and partying, being the hardcore champion? One man who hasn't been partying and never does as the hardcore champion, because he parties every night, is the BFG. And he, of course, will be watching on from wherever he is located, with the hot dog stand out the front, watching curiously to see what will come here as he's sent back into the ring. The Mystery there, the Budget Magician. It's been all magicians so far, but furious chops from the KEW Hardcore Champion, and a butterfly suplex executed beautifully there. Lovely technique on that. I said we get a technical masterclass here as he lifts and slams the Budget Magician over his head. big diving knee across the neck, and you can see immediately goes and grabs the neck, does the Budget Magician there. He won't have been ready or expecting that one. Has hold of him now. No, a little wrench on the arm. I said there'll be two athletes that'll look to wear each other down, get those submission holds in as much as they can, as early as they can, and try and work from that. Well, like a below the belt here, and here comes that submission hold that I warned about, going for the calf in the ankle area. And the Budget Magician, though, he's the Mystery has found a way out of that particular one, but you can see he's hobbling around a little bit there. Looked like he did maybe a little bit of lasting damage to that one. Oh, as he slams it onto his head there. Vicious move, that one. I said we get a good technical display. There wasn't much technical about that, just pure offensive power there. Good flow from the Mystery. Picks the Magician up. Oh, and he slams him down again. Not a lot of elegance to that move either. Slamming him off the turf, but folds up the legs and goes for another submission hold here. Oh, nasty, flipping him over into the knees. Again, good technical wrestling on display from two of the more technical athletes in the KW. You'd have to have said that probably the leader in the locker room in terms of technical wrestling would have been Benji prior to his horrific injury, which of course we've still not seen Benji for months and months in the KW, and we don't know whether we'll see him again before the end of the KW season. It's really a big question mark. It was a horrific injury that he sustained at the hands of the KW champion. Well, he wasn't champion at the time, but he is now, of course, and we're still waiting to see whether we'll ever see Benji back in a KW ring. Flip down now, though. The Budget Magician locks the legs in. The figure four, maybe. No, rolls him over. I thought it was going to be a figure four leg lock, and look at this. Oh, spikes the face off the KW mat, and now is the Budget Magician going to look to put him away here with one of those dastardly submission moves. It's been all Magician so far. Big stomp to the back, and now rolls him over, hooks the legs again, and now is he going to go for the Prism Lock? He has it in here, ladies and gentlemen. The Prism Lock locked in. It's like a standing figure four variant here. Doesn't quite tap out the Mystery, but the Mystery must have been close there to giving out big kick from the Budget Magician, and you have to question how much the Mystery's got in the tank here to battle back out of this one. The Magician rolls out of the ring. I said another impressive performance from the Magician so far. The question really is, can he get the victory that his performances have deserved in recent weeks in the KW? They've been lacking the victory so far. You'd have to think it's only a matter of time really before the Magician's able to get over the line with that one and get the performance to victory ratio balanced out. I thought he had the Mystery there, and it was going to be a tap out victory. We're onto a 3 count as the Mystery up to the apron, hops back down. Well, he's not reset the count. He didn't get back in the ring. Oh, look at this. He's taunting him, taking a bow over the top of him. I'm not so sure that was a wise move to do, mocking the performer that is the Budget Magician. Up to a 6 count now, and it'd be silly to send him in the ring, and he does. It's not what he should have done. He could have got a count out victory if he just knocked him down again on the outside. And look at this, takes too much time. Has him wrapped up, a mysterious neck breaker out of nowhere. Down goes the Budget Magician, and the Mystery now rolls him over, hooks the leg, and this might be enough to count the victory. 2, 3, there it is. The Mystery gets the victory, has the KW Championship high, lifting it up for the KW fans to see. And oh, hang on a minute, there's the BFG, the big fellow who's coming for his championship. He points to the belt and says, I want this belt there. Look at this, he's laid it down, said, you want it? Come and get it. It's a fighting stance from the Mystery. The BFG, well, I'm not so sure if he's hungry or if he wants the KW Hardcore Championship back around his waist. We can't tell, ladies and gentlemen, but those two are going to come to a loggerheads. What a way to finish KW Live. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next time for more thrilling KW action. Thank you and goodbye.